Hey everyone, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. Today's gonna be a really fun video because I'm gonna be taking you through all the rooms in my house with rugs and showing you how I transform those spaces with rugs, the impact they made, little things that I look for when choosing rugs in those specific spaces, and just some rug tips in general. So today's video is sponsored by Rugs USA. One of the best and easiest ways to transform a space is refreshing it with a rug. This is because rugs are great for providing a base of texture and pattern for your room. Rugs are functional, practical, and aesthetically pleasing, and Rugs USA has an incredible variety of rugs at amazing price points, and shipping is always free within the US. Because picking a rug can be tricky, Rugs USA has everything you need to choose the perfect rug. They give you the tools and confidence to choose the perfect fit for your space by visiting rugsusa.com/blog. Here you can find lots of information and resources on pricing, styles, sizes, and more. I actually utilize this blog when trying to pick rugs for my space, so I know that you guys will find it a helpful resource as well. So yeah, I'm excited to start this rug tour, so if you guys are ready, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first spot I really want to talk about rugs in is your entryway. And this is probably one of the best spaces for a rug in my personal opinion because it really just guides your eye to the natural flow of the space that wasn't otherwise identified before. Entryways can be very awkward depending on the layout of your space, so it really just gives that room a defined purpose and spot for your eye to go, along with decorating it. And then when your pets or you come in the door, it helps catch dirt to keep your house a lot more clean. So with that being said, you definitely want to look for very durable like fibers and materials. Typically, you would want to choose an indoor-outdoor material or a synthetic fiber. So polypropylene is a great material to look for your entryway, and that is what this one is. It's 100% polypropylene, so it's very easy to clean. This rug I'm absolutely obsessed with because it came in an 18-foot size, which is very hard to find, and we have a very long entryway, so this really helps, create a statement when you walk in and gives your eye a place to go and makes it feel very warm and homey without being overwhelming. I love that it's very neutral but still has just a little touch of color and pattern. That is personally what I love to incorporate in my spaces. I love that faded vintagey look. I think that looks very designer and very expensive when in fact this rug was actually very, very affordable. So that is kind of the entryway. Okay, so the next space that I feel like a rug really makes a big impact on obviously is the living room. So when picking a rug in the living room, you really want to make sure that your sizing is correct. So one of those rules is you want to make sure that you have at least 8 inches of space on either side of your sofa, and then 30 to 36 inches for like traffic flow, if that makes sense. So this area right here is a traffic flow. And then you also want to make sure that you have at least your 2 front legs of your big furniture pieces on the rug. So this excludes things like side tables and stuff like that, but your big bulky furniture, you want to make sure at least the front 2 legs are on your rug. So if you kind of adhere to those guidelines, it should really help you when picking out a size for your rug. So when picking a rug, I really like to stick to very neutral, natural fibers in my own personal designs, just because I personally think that's what looks best and it's a great base to play off of. I like to keep things very simple. I don't want anything too busy or too loud with colors in rugs because I like to save that for the accents. So this particular rug is my absolute favorite rug I have ever owned. You guys, like obsessed is an understatement. So this thing is so soft, it just feels so cozy. It's really thick and you can tell that it's great quality. It is 100% wool, which is the luxury material of rugs in my personal opinion. My mom actually came here and saw this and then she ordered the rug herself because she loved it so much. I think that it's a very classic look. I think it's a great base to play off of for a lot of different styles. This could look great in a mid-century modern home, a farmhouse home, coastal, kind of rustic. This rug would be a perfect base to any of those styles, honestly. And that's what I love about neutral rugs is if you decide you want to switch things up later, then you're not confined by the design and color of your rug. So I like that it's lighter, but it's still, kind of hides stains, and it's not like a totally white rug, but when you look at it as a whole with the room, it definitely brightens up the space and just makes it feel very soft and cozy. Okay, so moving on to the kitchen area, I know that dining areas and kitchen areas can be very controversial when it comes to putting rugs in them. I personally opt out of the dining area rug just because I don't like chairs not sliding, to their full potential, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like the chair getting caught on a rug. It just doesn't slide as easily. And for me, I find my dining area to be a lot more dirty than the kitchen area when it comes to like dropping food and stuff for some reason. I will say that formal dining areas are kind of an exception. I think that rugs look really great in formal dining areas because you're not really using that space all the time, and they are kind of more so for presentation and looks, and a rug is a great place for that. So if you do have a dining area you want to put a rug in, you just want to make sure that the chairs can move back and forth, that it's not like wobbling on and off of the rug. So that is something to look for when you're picking sizes on that. But we do not have a formal dining area, so I personally do not want to be dealing with that. It's so much easier to clean. I'm gonna be a rugless girl with my dining table. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you have rugs in your dining area? Or if you have like a little booth or a nook, do you put a rug under there? Yeah, I know it's controversial. So I'm curious to hear what you guys have in your own spaces. But I will say, as far as a kitchen goes, this is a really great spot to put a runner or a rug, depending on your kitchen layout, because kitchens can be very cold and industrial feeling with lots of cold, hard materials like stainless steel, stone countertops, metal hardware, and when you put down a rug, it really just softens that space and makes it feel a lot more homey from a design perspective. And kitchens can be cold on your feet and you're spending a lot of time cooking, standing up, doing dishes, so it's a great way to kind of like soften that up for your physical self. So in this space I chose a jute rug, and it kind of goes against a lot of the principles that I normally go by for choosing a kitchen rug. If you were really concerned about staining and durability, you would probably want to pick something more synthetic, or like an indoor-outdoor rug, just so it's like mold and mildew resistant. Jute is still a pretty durable rug. It doesn't last as long as synthetic fibers, but it's still a good option. And I will tell you, if I was recommending a rug, I would recommend you guys get a darker rug. Don't go with a very light rug in your kitchen, but this specific rug though has some darker natural fibers woven throughout that would disguise like a stain or two. I will say we've had this for a while and I've had absolutely no problems with staining and durability and stuff like that. It still looks like the day we rolled it out, which is great. And I personally just love the look of jute. I love natural fibers. It keeps it very casual, and we kind of have a touch of coastal going on, so jute is really great for that. Jute is a very classic material, so yeah, I really like this rug, and I know it was available in several different colors, so if you wanted jute but you weren't brave enough to go with like a lighter jute, they do have some darker ones. So I will say it's not as soft on your feet as some other rugs are. Jute tends to just kind of be like that, but it is a very affordable option. I feel like it's a great kind of like neutral base, and if you do kind of want to keep your home having that like casual, natural, earthy feel, jute is such a great way to do that. Okay, so another controversial subject is rugs on carpet. And listen, you guys, I'm a fan, okay? I think it's a great way to kind of hide builder grade carpet, or just kind of freshen up the boring look of carpet and just add a nice layer of texture and design. Another great thing about it is you can get away with a smaller rug on carpet, because hardwoods, typically you'd want to have a bigger rug because it's a functional purpose, but with carpet, it's purely decorative. So you can get away with a smaller rug, as you can see in this bedroom, and that tends to be cheaper. So it can really dress up and spruce up the look of your room for not a lot of money, which I personally love. It looks very designer in my opinion. It's also great for all my renters out there. I know a lot of places that you rent come with carpet, lots of apartments, lots of living rooms with carpet. So when choosing a rug for a carpeted room, personally, what I found to work best, I know there's lots of different theories out there, is I get a very thick rug as well as a thick rug pad, because this post is very heavy and I didn't want showing an indent, and I found when you have a thinner rug, it ripples a lot easier versus when you have a thick rug. So this one was perfect. I love the design of this rug. It's kind of like a faded, vintagey look, and I think that looks so beautiful. It plays off the colors in our wall. I've showed this in my small bedroom makeover before, but this was also a very, very affordable rug, you guys. It was like under $100 for this size, which is amazing. So I love that it's like a neutral rug, but it's still you know, has a little bit of color and pattern in there. I personally am a huge fan of those faded vintage looking rugs. Obviously it's not vintage, but it just kind of has that appearance that it is one, which I think looks very expensive. So yeah, definitely do rugs on carpet. Don't be scared. I think that it's a great way to really just transform your space if it's just looking drab, and if you don't have the money and time to, you know, redo the floors, this is a great solution for that. Okay, you guys, so I tried filming the outdoor segment out there with the outdoor rugs and it was just too noisy. So we're gonna film in here and I'm gonna insert footage. But I think that incorporating outdoor rugs into your patio space just really elevates the look of your patio furniture. It defines the space. It's very soft and cozy when you're hanging out there. It protects your patio surfaces. So I'm a big fan of incorporating outdoor rugs into your patio decor. I think that it's kind of a must-have if you want to have a really nice designer, cozy atmosphere out there. So when choosing a rug though, you really want to make sure that it's mold and mildew resistant. Here in North Carolina, it's very, very important. If you live in a place like Florida or somewhere where it's just constantly exposed to rain and the elements, it's super duper important. I did used to live in Arizona, where I will say it probably was not as an important thing to have out there to have it be so durable. But you know, when you're investing in something, you just want to have that peace of mind. So indoor outdoor rugs are specified on Rugs USA's website, which is great. This is one of them. I've seen it also be used indoors, which is really cool. I think it's a really beautiful design for either indoor or outdoor, and I know I incorporate lots of light designs into my spaces, but that is because I can't help it. I think it's just a very crisp, clean look, and I like to have those light neutral bases for my spaces. Anyway, I love this rug. It has some dirt disguising capabilities, even though it is light, because it has some darker threads woven in there. So far, this specific rug has been very durable for us, despite its light color. It is 100% polypropylene, so that is something to look for. That's a great outdoor material. If you wanted to go a step further, just to like give yourself peace of mind, you could always Scotch guard your rug, which is a great thing to do. That way, just cleanup is a lot easier. It's not always necessary, but just something that you could do, you know, if you really wanted to make sure it was super stain resistant. When looking for an outdoor rug, you definitely want to avoid cotton or wool. Look for more synthetic fabrics. That's going to do the best outside. Jute is okay. It's not going to, you know, last as long, but if you really must have a jute rug outside, and you know, maybe you live somewhere like Arizona or California where it doesn't rain as much, so that might be a good option for you as well. Okay, so lastly, this is our master, and I'm just gonna show you guys this real quick. Our master isn't totally done design and decor wise, but I just kind of wanted to show you a base point to go off of. I personally don't like the design to be in my rug, which that's totally a personal preference thing, but jute is one of my absolute favorite looks of like a natural rug, if that makes sense. So in here, we definitely could have done the measuring a little bit better. You typically want to have your rug come right before your nightstand, and then you want to have it, you know, come out a little bit so it's a nice pathway for you to walk around. Ideally, this would have come out a little bit farther on either side of our bed where the nightstands are, but this is a very awkward layout of a room, and if I went larger, typically the whole rug has to be larger, and then I didn't want it to go too close to our dresser, so this is kind of what we had to work with. But if I had to do it again, I would definitely get a rug that was a little bit longer on either side, so I don't want you guys to think that this is exactly what you should model your rug off of in your master. But I love, love, love how the jute looks in here. I think it looks great against like our gray upholstered bed. So jute is not the most comfortable of, you know, materials, but I think that it looks really nice. It's great for pets, we found. You know, it hides our dog hair really well, which is, you know, a win for everyone. So, but like I said, sizing wise, you probably want it to come like roughly about 3 feet on either side of your bed for a nice walkway, depending on the size of your master. We have a master that is on the smaller side, and then you would want it to fall right before your nightstand. So your nightstands don't typically go on the rug at all. But yeah, it can obviously vary on the size and the layout of your room. But yeah, so this is our master, and for hardwood floor bedrooms, you really want to make sure that you get a bigger rug to, you know, give yourself that pathway and that flow, so when you wake up in the morning, your feet hit the rug, not the hardwood floors. So yeah, that's the master here. So that about wraps up this video, you guys, with my little rug tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Big thanks to Rugs USA for all the rugs in this video. I'm absolutely in love with every single one, and I really do feel like all of them transformed my house in the best possible way. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!